What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please follow my Instagram at Russo Lifts, just in case something happens to this YouTube channel. You can follow, message, and you can watch my daily story content on Instagram. I'll see you there.
Where the Anabolic Doc has been the opposing argument, where I'm more like pro-choice, pro-medical freedom. Well, I don't know the Anabolic Doc's actual true angle. Obviously, he's going to hold up Western medicine. And in my opinion, I like the Anabolic Doc. I think he's one of the only. Yeah, there's like 3 endocrinologists on YouTube that actually say it remotely how it is, put themselves out there with their medical license. And, I respect that. And he's helping people to a certain degree. It's just like, I told Alek on the phone that like he's made contradictory statements on SARMs before, and I have them saved on my desktop over there. And I thought about making a video. This was before I called people out on YouTube or did cloud videos, but maybe I will bring this video up. But like, in the video against like the documentary, he's like super anti-SARMs. Then I watched the video he made where he's like, these look really promising, like the evolution in certain aspects. And it's just like the minute you do statements like that, you're so contradictory. You're playing both sides, and it just makes me look at you at a different angle.
And it's fine to change your opinion, just state it. Like, sorry guys, I view things like this, but based on what I've researched and seen up until now, I've changed my mind, and that's fine. But you cannot just randomly change drastically 180 your opinions on things and just act like you've never seen things differently, or even be,
And me and Alek are viewing it through the lens of like the actual data around SARMs, if they're used in an efficacious way. We're not talking about, the people abusing SARMs and coming to them with fucked up livers after taking SARMs for a year straight. We're talking about the actual data around it.
Right, but also compare them with steroid use. Like the risk reward ratio is just, again, they're safer. They're not as efficacious, but like as far as side effects go, they're not even close as bad as steroids. So I don't know how a doctor would shit on something that's safer in regards to side effects. You don't see polycythemia, you don't see calcium scores being elevated on SARMs. You don't see hypertension, like hypertensive crisis, ventricular arrhythmias. You don't see things that are very like signature like for other androgens, for steroids. So it's kind of like an oxymoron. I just don't understand it. You would assume that somebody, like, I do get the argument that they're not regulated, or there's not like they're not
extreme long-term data.
Yeah, again, but if you look at a pathway of how something works, you can.
Well, that's the angle I see it, but that's what they say.
Make an educated guess. So if you have a new anti-inflammatory medication and inhibits prostaglandin release, like COX-2 one, then like you would assume that it's gonna have the same side effect profile as other medicines in that group. So yeah, there can be differences, different binding affinity, different receptor sites that are targeted, like with S4 and targeting them one receptors in the eyes. But again, looking at the whole picture as a whole, it's really ignorant to just say, oh, they're bad, they're like, just stay away from them, they're garbage, this and that. It just, it's kind of it's not responsible, and also it's kind of funny where people over dramatize things and take as their own. For example, a doctor saying, we've seen in the research and this and that, and you're in your mind here thinking that these guys,
the Anabolic Doc almost takes the angle like he was like on the forefront of everything he presents, when he's just like us, looking up the studies and interpreting them.
Yeah, that's their, like, even in like doctors, they have like those studies are either in books, which right now I doubt it, so it's still online research. So like that's how they get their knowledge. So it's not, you cannot say you were not conducting the research. It's not like you're you're not doing like a PhD where you're just, based on your thesis, you're conducting experiments, and that's not the case. But it sounds more powerful and more persuasive when people say it like that. So it's a marketing gimmick. But like, again, why would you kind of skim away from being as legitimate as possible by trying to spice things up where it's just not needed? Like, people know, like, just relax, just say the facts, and everything will fall into place. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, obviously, but again, it's just something that comes to mind when I see things like that. And again, all of these things are a big reason why I just wanted to stay the fuck away from all of this. I'm more of a like explosive in nature, and I just want to, I would debate people over this and that, and when I
You're
see,
blunt. This is blunt
yeah,
biohacking. You're just blunt. You're straight to the point. No sugarcoating. Like, I like the Anabolic Doc, guys. I follow him. He doesn't follow me back. He never followed me back. He probably fucking hates me. But at the end of the day, when I see that contradictory back and forth of his opinion and him presenting the information as if like for me, if I had a PhD and I presented something, I'd have to credit all the other doctors that
right,
gave me that. I don't see
yeah,
that going on. It seems like just like any other YouTuber who just, I
but
found this.
yeah, but also when you're conducting research, whether it is for a scientific thesis, or you're working on your PhD or master's degree, whatever, you always have to reference where you got the literature from. If it's your independent research, and you have to go into in depth with that. If you're taking that angle, otherwise you just stroking your ego and your dick over something that's not really related directly to. But I do get it, the authority card that they play in whatever. Like, we're just discussing different things,
Mhm.
taking practical examples. This is nothing
I just think
personal.
with the anabolic doc, like when you step into the realm of bodybuilding, like, is there really medical data you can go off of stacking multiple androgens on top? And like, it becomes more like, okay, who's actually done this shit? What have you experienced? The collection
Right,
of a multitude of people who have done this shit versus like referencing actual data, because it's not really, applicable except for the
exactly.
basic level.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have data on like,
Like,
even on.
obviously, it's doing damage. We all know that.
Right,
We're not stupid.
right, right, exactly. I mean, still, it's kind of I touched about this on in our previous video. Um, People that are doing this are more likely to be to haven't read a fucking book in their life, and they're not like knowledge based. Genetics are predominantly the reason why people are successful in this sport, because it's above everything genetic based. So a lot of people don't even need to bother themselves until something happens and they're forced to you know get into the whole research, or try to help themselves. But a lot of times is when that happens, it's too late. So um, you know just go ahead and ask Boston Lloyd what he thinks.